Two more examples for today. This one has some parentheses in it, but it doesn't look at first glance like there's anything to distribute. But remember, this negative on the outside can be written as a -1. And when you distribute that -1 into the inside, the left side of this equation becomes 10m plus 13 minus 4m plus 5, because the -1 times the -5 gives us a positive 5. On the right side, I'm also going to need to distribute the 3 over the m plus 7, leaving me with m plus 3m plus 21. My next step is going to be to gather like terms on each side. So 10m minus 4m leaves me with 6m, and a 13 plus 5 is 18. On this left side, I have m plus 3m for a total of 4m plus 21. Now I'm going to need to use that additive property of equality to get all of the m's to be on the same side of the equation. So if I subtract this 4 with its m, as long as I do that on the other side, I can get all the m's to one side of the equation, leaving me with 2m plus 18 on the left. Subtracting 18 on both sides gives me 2m equals 3, and subtracting both sides by, dividing both sides by 2 leaves me with an m equals 3/2. Now let's check this answer. Ten times 3/2 plus 13 minus 4 times 3/2 minus 5. That's our left side of the equation. Let's see what we get for the left side. So I'm going to reduce here first. Multiplying 10 times 3/2 will give me 15 plus 13. The parentheses on the other side, reducing first, gives me 6 minus 5, which ends up being 1. So I end up with 15 plus 13 minus 1. Well, 15 plus 13 is 28. Take away 1. The left side of my equation came out to be 27. Checking the right side, 3/2 plus 3 times 3/2 plus 7. Working inside the parentheses first, I'll change to a common denominator of 2. So I end up with 14/2 plus 3/2. That's going to give me 17/2. On that side. Multiplied by 3. Three times 17 is 51/2, plus 3 more halves is a total of 54/2, and when we divide 54 by 2, we do get 27. So since this side equals 27, when you substitute 3/2 for m, and this side equals 27, when you substitute 3/2 for m, this equation is equal when m equals 3/2. Last one for the day. We're going to distribute the 2 and distribute the 5, giving us 7y plus 2 minus 8y equals 8y minus 5y minus 20, since that negative comes with us inside the parentheses. Combining like terms, I'm going to have a negative y plus 2 on the left when I take 7y and subtract 8y. And on the right, I'm going to have 3y minus 20. This time I think I'll take the y's over to the right side of the equation instead. So by adding a y to the left and the right, I can get 2 equals 4y minus 20. Then I add 20 to each side, and I'm left with 22 equals 4y. Dividing both sides by 4 leaves me with the fraction 22/4 reduced to 11/2 equaling y. And I think we're out of time to do the check and space. If you'd like to, though, on the other side of your paper, you're certainly free to go through and put the 11/2 into the equation every place you see a y, and check to make sure that the left side of the equation does end up equaling the right side. And that's enough for today.